At first, I was nervous to get married to Bayardo. I did not really know this man, and I was afraid that he would find out that I wasn't a virgin. My friends advised me to fake it and taught me how to trick my new husband. Lots of people did it. Why shouldn't I? However, I could not fake it, and Bayardo found out that I was not a virgin. He returned me to my family, ashamed that I was not pure. My mother, furious, beat me for the secret I had kept from my husband and from her. When my brothers found out what was going on, they asked me who the man was that had taken my virginity. I told them it was Santiago Nassar.
It all started when I stopped at my fiancée, Flora Miguel's, house. I always stop by when I'm in the area to scratch my keys against the window screen. It's just something that I always did, and she always appreciated it. But this time, it was different. I didn't get to scratch the window screen because she let me inside at 6:45 in the morning. She was absolutely furious with me, handing me back a chest full of all the love letters I had sent her. I was so confused. What had I done that made her so mad? Eventually, I could make out my house and was expecting to enter through the kitchen door, but to my surprise, the main door was open. At this moment, I heard someone shout to me to run. I looked around to see Pedro Vicario. I sprinted towards the main entrance of my house as quickly as I possibly could. Almost as soon as I had reached that, someone slammed it shut. I pounded the door in terror. I tried to stop the attack, but there was little I could do. It was 2 against 1, and I was unarmed. As they stabbed me, I let out a scream of pain. After contorting my body and screaming, trying to survive, I eventually gave up.
I was in the kitchen in the morning with Victoria Guzman when she told me the rumor going around that the Vicario twins were going to kill my son. I tried not to panic so that I could handle the situation as calmly and efficiently as possible. My first thought was to ask Victoria if she had warned Santiago. She told me that when Santiago was still home, she had not yet heard the news. Therefore, she was unable to warn him. I was starting to worry more now, as I feared Santiago had not been warned, or that perhaps the murder had already occurred. I saw Divina Flor and asked her about Santiago. She calmed me down a great deal about the whole situation by telling me that he had went into his room only a minute ago. At this point, I saw a paper on the floor, but thought nothing of it. I saw the Vicario brothers running towards the main door of my home. I was sure they were planning on breaking into my home to murder my son, as he was in his room. So I quickly closed the door and put up the bars so that they would be unable to come inside. From the upstairs balcony, I could hear Santiago screaming insults at the twins. Or so I thought.
God in the eyes of man. Santiago Nassar stripped our sister of her virginity and therefore took our family's dignity and honor. Angela's wedding was last night, and yes, we did have few too many drinks. However, we knew what we were doing. First, we brought our sharpened butcher knives and went to Clotilde Armentas. We talked with several people who entered the place about our plans to murder Santiago, but no one seemed to take our threat seriously. There was barely any actions taken to stop us, except for Colonel Osaro Aponte, who just asked us to give him the knives. Little did he know that we have way more knives at home. So logically, we went back home and got new sharpened knives. After searching for Nassar with little luck, we decided to wait for him on a bench in the Storner's home, where we slept for a brief period of time. When we saw him approaching, we quickly readied our knives. We chased him, following him to his house, where he was aiming to run to for safety. The door closed, and Santiago pounded on the door in terror. Pedro then stabbed the right side of Santiago. We had made the first strike. Then we continued to stab him. We were bringing honor back to our family after what this man had done to our sister. Therefore, we have committed no wrongs.